Train Your Caterpillar, a spiritual life coaching channel. You are very welcome here. Thank you for checking out the video and the channel. I appreciate it very much. So this video is going to be about empaths and the trauma response. So before I get into it, I just want to say again, thank you for checking out the video. I appreciate it a lot. Hopefully you'll find something in it that you can use and you'll enjoy it, hopefully. And if that is the case and you feel like liking and subscribing for me, I'd appreciate that very much. I also want to include a quick trigger warning with this video because I'm going to talk about childhood stuff. So if that's something that's a trigger for you, because I understand that it will be for a lot of people, this video, well, you can choose whether or not you want to watch it, right? But it may trigger you. So the thing with empaths, now this is not true about all empaths, but it is true about a lot of empaths. It's actually this, if you want to know more about empaths, I have 2 other videos on them, like more of an introduction, like what they are, how to tell if you are one. But basically an empath is someone who's very, very good at reading other people's emotions and moods. Now the reason that you develop this skill is very likely that you had a caregiver or an adult in your life as a child who was prone to being emotionally unstable and having mood swings. It's actually a survival response to something that you've dealt with in childhood. Now you may have had just one person who was like emotionally unstable, prone to like fits of anger, or you may have had multiple adults or caregivers, because it doesn't have to be like a parent. It can be siblings or grandparents or whatever it was. But usually you've learned this in childhood, and it's a survival mechanism. Like you've learned to be able to read people's moods in order to survive, basically, because there was someone around you who you had to preempt what would send this person into a fit of rage, because as a child this person had total control over you for at least some time during the day, like a lot of the time. So you had to learn to read their emotions. So when you do this, you can either learn that the storm is coming and you need to get out of the way, or over time you learn not to trigger this person. Like you learn, what is it that makes this person angry? Like what, because you're a little kid, or you're a teenager, you're trying to pacify this person as much as you can. It's like, what sends this person into a rage? Is it when I express my feelings? Is it when I ask them for something? Is it when I tell them, no, I don't like that, or no, I don't want to do that, or no, I don't want to eat that? What is it that's sending this person into a rage, right? Walking around on eggshells all the time. Because the thing is, if they're emotionally unstable, it can be anything that will send them into this like fit of rage, or make them angry with you so that your life becomes very inhospitable. So it's someone that you like, because you're always having to be very careful around them so you're not pissing them off. You learn to read their moods, right? It's like, is it safe for me to ask for food? Is it safe for me to ask for this thing that I need? Is it safe for me to like be in the room with this person? Like, how are they feeling? Are they angry? Are they okay today? Like, am I okay to take up a little bit more space, right? This is something that you've also carried into adulthood, this ability to read other people's moods, but also this being very careful around the other humans, because you've learned at a very early age that things that you do piss people off, basically. Like sometimes you just being there and taking up space is enough to have pissed this caregiver off, right? So like you just existing, basically. So as an adult, you've probably learned not to take up space, right? To make yourself small, so that, because that's a survival thing, right? Like if you're with this like emotionally unstable adult, you've learned to like try and be invisible as much as possible, to not take up space, to not express your needs, to not ask for things, right? Because that may have been, you know, if they were completely unstable, then that may have been one of their triggers. Like, can I have something? I need something. Can I have it? Ugh, you know, the rage comes, or like, I don't like this food, or, you know, expressing your emotions or expressing your needs in any way may have like enraged this person or these people, so you just learn not to do it. This is being a people pleaser, like completely modifying who you are as a person to please someone else in order to survive. Like, they often say people pleasers started off as parent pleasers, you know. So it's something that you're constantly doing as an adult. Like, you're trying to give as much as you can to people so that they won't be angry with you, right? Because that's what you learned as a kid. Like, if I just pacify this person, like if I just keep them happy, if I make myself small, and I don't ask for things, and like I don't complain, and I don't really do anything to piss them off, and if I give them what they want, then I'm okay. Then this person, like, they won't hurt me, or like they won't be angry, and I'll be okay. This is what you've carried forward into your adulthood. So you're very likely a people pleaser. Because you've learned not to express your emotions, you know, to kind of almost like stomp on who you are, right? Because, you know, maybe as a kid, you know, sometimes you were kind of messy, and you've learned not to do that, right? Or, you know, you weren't allowed to, you know, create things because it made a mess, or you weren't allowed to like speak up for your needs, or, you know, say when you didn't like things. This is all leading to a blocked throat chakra, right? And not being able to express who you are is, and like your emotions, not being able to express your emotions leads to a blocked sacral chakra. So as an adult, you're probably, this is the reason that you're hyper aware of other people's emotions, right? It's a survival technique you've carried forward, basically. So you're really good at reading other people's emotions. You probably have a blocked sacral chakra and a blocked throat chakra. You also very likely have a blocked root chakra. If you want to know more about the chakras, I have a bunch of other videos on them. Feel free to check them out if you want. But the root chakra is all about feeling safe. So you never felt safe because it was never safe for you to express yourself or what you wanted. You know, there was always this instability, like, oh, what's going to set them off today? You know what I mean? Are they going to be in a good mood today? Ooh, who knows? It's so exciting, right? So that's all things that you probably struggle with a lot as an adult. Also, you'll find that you struggle with your solar plexus and your throat chakra because your heart chakra is probably too open, right? And that's the thing, it can be too open because you learned that what you were and what you wanted didn't matter, basically. And the heart chakra, like a too open heart chakra, is about giving. So it's like, okay, if I just keep giving this person what they want, like if I repress what I want, and if I repress my needs and my emotions, and I just make myself small and try and make myself invisible, and I give this person everything they want, then I'll be safe, right? So your heart chakra is like, you're in this like giving mode. That's what you feel like you have to do with adults as a, you know, as an adult. You don't. You don't have to do that anymore. You're an adult. You don't have to pacify other people anymore. You're also, if this is something that happened to you as a child, you really need to do some inner child healing. And even me saying that has probably made you go a bit squirmy, right? Because you were told that your inner child didn't matter, right? So that's what all these things that you learned as a child, that's what it told you, is your inner child didn't matter, okay? But it does matter, because the inner child is like the seat of the creation, like joy, having fun. So working on your inner child will really help you. You know, you can get different meditations, you can use affirmations, like all this kind of stuff. Also, I'm just going to throw this in there. I haven't talked about this chakra before because I think it's confusing when you're first learning about the 7 chakras. I didn't want to overwhelm. You know, I'm going to make another separate video about it soon, but you actually have 2 chakras in the heart space. There's the lower heart chakra, which is green, and then you have the higher heart chakra, which is pink, and it's often known as the 8th chakra. And that, if you have issues with your inner child and expressing who you are, then working on your high heart chakra will really help you. Because you may find, because your sacral chakra and your throat chakra are probably blocked, you may find that you really struggle with creativity. Because these are the 2 chakras that deal with creation, because creating things is an expression of the self, you know what I mean? And like the sacral chakra is the chakra of emotions, so it's, you know, when you're a kid you learn to not feel your emotions because it pissed people off, so shut that down. And you know, the throat chakra is like about expressing your needs and speaking up for yourself. You learn not to do that too. But the sacral chakra is also known as the seat of the soul, you know, so if you're not dealing with that, if you're closing that down, then it's difficult for you to create art or create things because you're not connected to your soul, which is where art comes from and like creation comes from. Also, if you're a woman, you know, this is the seat of like femininity as well, so you may find that if this is something you went through as a woman, as an adult woman, you're very reluctant to tap into that feminine side of yourself. Like you may find that you're more kind of, you know, driven to go out and create things rather than have them just come to you, which is the yin energy. But the throat chakra as well is also concerned with creativity, like speaking and singing and writing and drawing, you know, because it's the expression of the self. Art and creativity is when you express yourself through different mediums like writing or singing or painting or dancing, right? So things to work on if you're finding that this is resonating with you, or it's even triggering something that maybe you've forgotten, right? Because that can happen. Like usually these memories don't come out until you're like 30 plus, like you'll start remembering this stuff. So working on your root chakra, sacral chakra, basically all of your chakras, okay? But inner child healing and the high heart chakra will really help you. I want to end this video by talking about some things that an adult empath should be aware of, okay? You are not responsible for other people's happiness. You are not responsible for other people's moods and emotions. These people are adults. They're responsible for their own happiness, their own moods, and their own emotions. You would not expect anyone to be responsible for those things for you, so why would another adult expect that of you? You are allowed to speak up for yourself and ask for things that you need. You are allowed to ask for what you need. You are allowed to take up space and be seen. You are allowed to feel and express your own emotions. Okay? So I'm going to leave the video there. Hopefully this wasn't too intense a video, but it is a very intense topic, so it is what it is. I hope you found something in it that you can use and you enjoyed it, and if that is the case and you feel like liking and subscribing for me, I would appreciate that very much. And as always, you know, I wish you many, many blessings, love and light. Take care.